could jump onto this bus stop, float to this pillar, and get onto the height. You could also jump over this way to do the same thing. Pretty obviously, you could flow into the bus from here, though you could also medlev from here. And at least on this side of the map, you could float onto it by jumping on these newspaper boxes. You could also medlev from there to get into this spot. You can make it up to the high ground from here. You could also medlev to get up in this direction. You could just barely make it from this high ground to this statue. You can float around the cars to get around here. You could medlev up to this spot, just make sure you space it right to ledge bump at the very end of it. You could use this grass spot to jump onto the train to get onto height. You could just barely medlev across this gap. You could use this high ground to jump over here, and you could use the satellite dish to jump up here. You could hide in this corner by standing on this ledge. You could jump up these boxes and rotate onto the high ground. This is slower, but you could medlev onto these boxes as well, and medlev across. If you need to leave this alleyway, you could just float onto this high ground. You could medlev from this planter up onto the height. You could medlev from the railing on the bridge into this window, as well as any of these windows on the other side.